the grassroots is furious, right?
I
Most
know.
of the caucus is furious. I never before, my parents were Democrats. I've been a Democrat my entire life. Never before did I say, I should leave this party, because if democracy is at risk and you had no idea what to do and you have no plan, and even now at this moment, you know nothing of what to do and you're capitulating to this is disgusting.
Are you thinking about leaving the Democratic Party? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, me personally, yes. I'm not an elected official, but I have always voted with the Democrats.
Over this issue?
Yeah, over the inability to figure out what to do in the face of fascism and the rise of Trump.
I hear you on that. The inability to have a plan is absolutely a problem, right? But I'm really questioning, what is the plan after the shutdown happens? Because when a shutdown happens, people don't get paid. And this is not exactly an administration that wants to keep the government open. They actually want the thing to be shut down.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I'm not a Democrat, never was. I was a lifelong Republican and quit the party over Donald Trump because he is someone who doesn't respect the Constitution and is trying to rule like a king. So, but look, I was part of the Tea Party movement. I watched what happened and how Republicans were a resistance opposition party when Democrats ran everything. And watching this happen now as someone who's an independent that's pro-democracy, that I guess you can say caucuses with the Democrats now, it is very frustrating. When you don't have a leader, there's no unification in a message. It hurts the grassroots and the troops that you need.
Right.
Could you imagine if, I don't know, during World War II, and you saw what was happening with the bombs over London, and then, it was just like, Churchill's just gonna say, we're gonna capitulate now because, what are we gonna do about it? This is not the way you lead. What happens is that the Republicans who are in charge, they have to explain why workers aren't getting paid. They need to explain why they can't run the government. And the Democrats need to say, we were fighting for you. It's not they're in charge. And show that people are being fought for. I'm watching what's happening, and when you have a demoralized base, you're never going to lead an opposition. If you don't have the chutzpah, if you don't have the intestinal fortitude to lead, then get the hell out of the way, Chuck Schumer, and let the people who are willing to fight for their constituents lead the party. Because this is not the way to win.
Good morning, YouTube family. So happy Saturday. Hopefully you guys are having a phenomenal day so far. I have been watching news coverage all morning, and the Democrats are so disappointing. So extremely disappointing. So we know people who are left-leaning, more liberal, progressive people know that we are living through some very uncertain times. We're living through some very traumatizing and uncertain times. And the Democrats are all over the place. So, okay. Let's take a step back. We all know that Hakeem Jeffries is the minority leader in the House. Mike Johnson is the Republican leader. He is the majority leader. Hakeem Jeffries is the minority leader. AOC is a part of the House. Nancy Pelosi was the House Speaker, the Speaker of the House for many, many years. So what is happening now, it seems as if Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, and AOC is on the side of not supporting in favor of the CR, which is the continual resolution. And Chuck Schumer seems that he's going with the continual resolution because Chuck Schumer does not want to shut down the government. However, AOC and Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries think that it's dangerous to support the continual resolution because of all the things that Trump is trying to push through. The House Republicans, which of course, like I said, the majority leader is Mike Johnson. They do not want to support the continual resolution because they don't like the things that's in the budget. And so we have Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, Nancy Pelosi on one side, Chuck Schumer, which of course is the leader of the Senate Democrats. He's on another side. We also know that the Republicans have the House, the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. And there's speculations that Trump wants to shut the government down so he can have kind of like a bargaining tool to basically get through what he wants to get through. He'll just have like a bargaining advantage later on. So Chuck Schumer is messaging that it's dangerous to shut down the government. Of course, people will lose, their jobs, or people will have to go without pay. Also, a lot of these programs won't be funded, and so people will be harmed and negatively affected. I kind of understand that, but I also understand Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, and Nancy Pelosi's perspective. But my issue is, because I can understand both sides. If I was in Congress, to be extremely honest, and I'm thinking through this as I'm talking to you guys, if I was in Congress, I probably would vote to not support the CR, because I believe the things that's in the budget and the things that they're trying to cut, I think is very dangerous. So it's a very hard thing, but I think that's, I would need to have more information, of course, but I think with the information that I have now and the research that I've done so far, I probably would vote against it as well. So I probably will be in the camp with Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, and Nancy Pelosi. However, I understand where Chuck Schumer is coming from. But here's my frustration, and apparently it's the frustration of a lot of people, because I'm going to show you guys some clips throughout the video that shows people who have been Democrats their entire lives. They come from families that were Democrats. They are literally talking about leaving the party. One of the people that I'm going to insert a clip with this guy talking. His name is Touré. He's on CNN. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know Touré. He's been in like the not music, but he's been in the entertainment business for a really long time. He's a columnist, and so he's a big name. He's somebody that's well known, and now he's on CNN. He's usually on Abby Phillips tonight. He's on he's on Abby's panel, and so he's really talking about leaving the Democratic Party. And the reason he's saying this, and I completely understand, is because there's no cohesive messaging. It's like the Democrats are scattered around. They don't know what to do with themselves. The messaging look crazy. They look crazy. And it shouldn't be this difficult. The Democrats have always had a really, really difficult time articulating messaging. They've always had a bad time with communicating. It's the reason that AOC and Jasmine Crockett and what's the other guy that I love? Oh, I can't think of his name right now. Jamie Raskin. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Jamie Raskin, they have some others, but it's the reason those people are so effective is because they are great at communicating. Democrats are horrific at communicating, and now they just look crazy. It's like they're all over the place. You have, like I said, you have Leader Jeffries, you have AOC, you have Nancy Pelosi on one side. Chuck Schumer is the leader of the Democrats, even though they are in the minority in the Senate, but he's still the leader of the Democrats in the Senate, and he's on a completely different side. Donald Trump, they keep trying to play by the rules, and Donald Trump do not care anything about the rules. It's just a mess, and it's becoming extremely frustrating for people who are in the Democratic base, because it's like, how is it this difficult to kind of resist or go against someone like Trump, a person who is profoundly flawed? Someone who he's not even popular. A lot of his minions and a lot of his supporters, they want to push the narrative that Trump has never been popular. He's a populist, and he has a cult-like following. He has people who will follow him off a cliff. I don't understand the appeal to him. I don't understand how he's able to get people to be their worst self, and how he's able to get people to do his bidding and do whatever he wants. I don't understand it, but he has a cult-like following. But in regards to his approval ratings, look at his approval ratings regarding the economy or immigration or Doge or any of those things. They are in the ground, seriously. And so it's so frustrating, because it's like, how can the Democrats not beat this? Like, how can people are losing their jobs. I went and bought, I told you guys in another video, I bought eggs a week ago. They were $8.49 for some fucking eggs. So how can Democrats not beat this? It should be easy to message against Donald Trump. He's one of the most flawed people to have ever run for office. Why is it this difficult for them to combat him or resist him or oppose him or get on the same cohesive messaging and say, this is what our party stand for, this is how we're going to proceed and go forward? How is this difficult? And so people who are Democrats like myself, people who are more progressive, more left-leaning like myself, is getting so frustrating because the Democrats look like fucking fools. And so I'm sitting and I'm watching this coverage and I'm just like, I would never, not this iteration of the Republican Party, I could never support the Republican Party. And because right now it's a cult personality. It's cultish. It's like if you're not in lockstep with Donald Trump, then you're just X'd out of the party. So I could never support this iteration of the Republican Party, but the Democrats are pissing me off too. Not as bad. There's not, and I tell people all the time, I had this conversation yesterday. Somebody told me, I had a conversation with someone and they told me they didn't vote in the last election because they felt like both people sucked. And I said, but this is the thing. When you vote in this country, you're always voting for the lesser of two evils. I've never, ever in my entire existence been in lockstep with a politician. I've never supported everything they say. I voted for Kamala Harris, but I didn't support everything she said. It's not even a matter of supporting every single thing the person says. At this point, and whenever you're voting, you're literally voting for the lesser of two evils. It's like, okay, well, this person is not going to be as harmful. Even when I voted for Joe Biden, it wasn't a matter of I agree with everything he said. I supported everything he said, but I knew he wasn't going to be as harmful as the other person. I knew he wasn't going to be as combative, as confrontational. When Donald Trump was in office, just like now, in 2016 when he was elected, every single day it felt like it was like something crazy going on. And someone made a joke, it was a comedian that said, well, at least during Sleepy Joe's administration, we was able to sleep at night. That's why I voted. I voted for peace and calmness. I voted for someone to, when Joe Biden said he wanted to restore the soul of the country, I voted for people not to be enraged and outraged every day. I voted for normalcy. And so now that Trump is back in office, we're reverting back to the times before when every day there was a fire, every day something else is going on. And I feel like in 2016, during his administration from 2016 to 2020, I feel like Democrats had a much better hold on him or resisting him or going against him. I feel like now they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And it looks crazy. So I'm going to insert, I think I'm going to insert, you guys should have already seen the video. I'm going to insert the video at the beginning of the clip at the beginning of the video. But I'm watching everything and I'm just like, the Democrats need to get it together. They need to get it together and they need to get it together expeditiously. Like it needs to happen immediately. They need to come together. I don't know if they need to have one big meeting. And I'm not saying that the Democrats need to be monolithic and they need to walk in lockstep. But what I am saying is that they need to get on the same page regarding their communication, regarding their messaging, regarding their plan to kind of get some kind of control over the narrative. They have no control over the narrative. They look crazy. They look like they're all over the place and they have no idea what they're doing. And so you have people, like I said, this guy, Torre, you guys should have seen the video, that are lifelong Democrats. That's like, I'm really thinking about leaving this party because they don't know what they're doing. And Donald Trump should be easy to combat. Seriously. Like the man is, come on now. You guys don't know how to message against the convicted felon? We living through some crazy times. We living through some crazy times, and it seems as if I think the scary part is that it seems like you either have people that are capitulating and they're just falling in line, or you have people in our leadership that's just like giving up and just like, okay, let him do what he want. Either they're going to capitulate and just fall in line and do whatever, or it just seems like they're giving up. The only elected officials that seem like they're resisting and they're opposing and they're fighting back is like your AOCs and your Jasmine Crockett's. The rest of the Democrats is either literally falling in line or literally sitting back like they're giving up. Who else? I was even disappointed in Speaker Jeffries because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you guys keep trying to play by the rules. Donald Trump don't care about rules. It's very, very obvious. The man has never cared about rules his entire life. That's the reason why he does shit, he does whatever he wants, because he don't care. And so you keep trying to play by this rule book that he's never read. It's so frustrating, you guys. I don't know what is going to happen, what it's about, like, seriously, but the Democrats need to get it together immediately. They need to get some messaging immediately. They need to get it on the same page regarding how they're going to proceed forward and combat this administration, because the things that they are doing, I mean, we have veterans at town halls having to be removed because they're yelling and kicking and screaming because of the shit that's going on. How can the Democrats not know how to message against this? It should be easy. It should be easy. You should have Americans on your side because Americans are suffering. They're in pain. They go to the day I went and got the eggs, I had maybe 3 bags. My total was like $80. I didn't have a lot of stuff. This shit is expensive. And this is the reason that I'm so frustrated with the Democrats, because how is it difficult to message against this? How? People are literally being fired from their jobs because Doge is getting rid of, basically deleting, whatever terminology you want to use. But Doge is getting rid of entire departments. That's negatively affecting veterans. Like, these are things that should be easy to communicate around. And the Democrats all over the place. Like, all over the place, whether they're going to agree with the CR, whether they're against it, they're going to agree with it. This person is saying this person is saying that. It just seemed like, and I'm going to say this. When Nancy Pelosi stepped down and she appointed Hakeem Jeffries, and Hakeem Jeffries stepped up, I thought that it was going to be a very, very, very good thing, because I felt like he's young, he's energetic, he should have his ear to the streets. He should understand what the people want. He should understand, like, he's more with it, you would think. And so far, I'm like, okay, you had a couple of good speeches, but what else you doing? Because the House is crazy. And then you have 10 Democrats that decided to censure Al Green because they want to play politics. They still want to play by their rule book. I bet you any kind of money, because they want to put up Lauren Boebert should be censured. The Republicans are not going to do it, because no matter come hook or crook, they stick together. Even behind somebody like Donald Trump, they're going to stick together. Even though we think it's crazy, we think it's bad, we think they shouldn't stick together. We think that people should stand up and have morals and have convictions and fight for what's right. But Republicans are they're going to walk in lockstep. They're going to stick together, and the Democrats refuse to do so, and that's why they keep losing. Because ain't no way they should have lost against Donald Trump. Ain't no way they should be losing right now. When people are being laid off and fucking eggs is $9. How are you losing against this? It should be easy to message against this. It just seemed like we're in a world of trouble and ain't nobody coming to save us. Like, that's honestly what it feels like. Nobody's coming to save the day and rescue and make everything good. Nobody's coming to save us. The Democrats are extremely disappointing. And I can say that as a Democrat, as somebody who has voted Democrat my whole life. They are excruciatingly disappointing right now. They really are. I don't know, you guys. I was just, when I first heard it, I'm like, okay, so Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, Nancy Pelosi, they're saying this. Chuck Schumer is saying this. You just had 10 Democrats to censure Al Green. Like, what the fuck? Where is the leadership? Where is the messaging? Where is the communication? Where is the, like, you guys didn't get it together after you lost against a convicted felon? You still can't get it together? You still trying to find your footing after losing to a man who is a felon? You guys like, comment, and subscribe because we in for a long 4 years. The Democrats need to get it together. They need to get it together expeditiously because they out there looking crazy. Seriously. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm bad at that. I'm trying to remember to say it. You guys have a phenomenal day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.